It started with a road that didn't appear on any map. The kind of road you don't notice at first. Just a narrow, cracked stretch of asphalt hidden behind overgrown trees, branching off from the main highway like something forgotten. No signboard, no markings. Just a faded turn swallowed by fog. Daniel noticed it during a late-night drive. He had been traveling for hours, heading toward a small town where he had recently accepted a caretaker job. The pay was unusually high. The instructions were vague, but Daniel needed the money. After losing his job and apartment within the same month, he didn't have the luxury of asking too many questions. The GPS signal had dropped 10 minutes earlier. Then he saw the road. It looked wrong, not broken, just abandoned. The trees leaned inward like they were hiding something. The fog seemed thicker there, rolling slowly across the asphalt as if it were breathing. Daniel almost drove past. Then his phone buzzed, a message from the property owner. "Turn left at the old road. Follow it until you see the house." That was it. No name, no greeting, just instructions. Daniel slowed the car and turned. The moment his tires rolled onto the road, the temperature dropped. The windshield fogged slightly from the outside. His headlights stretched forward but seemed to be swallowed before reaching far. The road twisted deeper into the trees. No houses, no lights, no sound. After 5 minutes, he realized something strange. He hadn't seen a single animal. No insects hitting the windshield. No crickets. No wind-moving leaves. Just silence. The kind of silence that presses against your ears. Then he saw the house. It appeared suddenly, looming behind a rusted iron gate hanging half open. The structure was massive, far bigger than he expected. 3 floors, tall, narrow windows, a slanted roof with missing shingles. The paint had peeled long ago, leaving grey wood exposed like old bones. One porch light flickered weakly. Daniel parked near the gate. The engine stopped. The silence returned immediately. He stepped out. The air smelled damp, like wet wood, and something older, something rotten buried underground. The gate creaked as he pushed it open. He walked up the path, gravel crunching under his shoes. Each step echoed louder than it should have. The front door was already open, just slightly. Daniel hesitated. "Hello?" he called. No answer. He pushed the door. It swung inward slowly, revealing a wide hallway covered in dust. Old furniture lined the walls. Chairs draped in sheets, a cracked mirror, a tall grandfather clock that wasn't moving. Yet Daniel heard something. Ticking. Soft. Faint. He looked at the clock. The hands weren't moving, but the ticking continued. Daniel stepped inside, the door shut behind him. Not slammed, just closed. He turned immediately, but there was no one there. He told himself it was just the wind. The hallway stretched forward into darkness. A staircase curved upward on the right. To the left, a living room opened with tall windows covered by heavy curtains. A single envelope sat on a small table. Daniel picked it up. Inside was a key and a note. "Stay inside after midnight. Do not answer if someone knocks. Do not go upstairs." Daniel frowned. He read it again. It wasn't signed. He looked toward the staircase. 3 floors. Dark. Silent. He laughed quietly. Probably some weird joke. He pocketed the key. The caretaker job included staying overnight, keeping the property safe, and reporting any damage. That's all the listing had said. Nothing about rules. Still, the air inside the house felt heavy, like stepping into a place that hadn't been opened in years. Daniel explored the ground floor. A kitchen with rusted utensils. A dining room with a long table set for 6 people. Plates still in place beneath layers of dust. A fireplace filled with ash. Everything looked frozen in time. Then he heard footsteps above. Soft, slow. Daniel stopped. He stared at the ceiling. Another step. Wood creaked. Someone was upstairs. He remembered the note. "Do not go upstairs." Daniel swallowed. "Hello?" he called. Silence. He waited. Nothing. Maybe the house settling, he thought. Old buildings make noise. He moved toward the living room and dropped his bag on a couch. He checked his phone. No signal. Of course. He sat down. The ticking sound returned. Still faint. Still steady. He looked again toward the hallway clock. It still wasn't moving. Tick, tick, tick. The sound wasn't coming from the clock. It was coming from upstairs. Daniel felt his chest tighten. He stood. He told himself he was being paranoid, but the sound continued, slow and measured, like someone walking, tick, step, tick, step. Then it stopped. Silence again. Daniel exhaled slowly. He checked the time. 11:48 p.m. He decided to stay downstairs just like the note suggested. No reason to cause trouble on the first night. He found a blanket in his bag and lay down on the couch. The house groaned occasionally. Old wood shifting, pipes clicking, normal things. Midnight arrived, and the knocking started. 3 slow knocks from the front door. Daniel froze. He sat up slowly. Knock, knock, knock. Someone was outside. He looked at the hallway. The door was at the end. He remembered the note. Do not answer if someone knocks. The knocking came again, this time louder. Daniel stood. He took a few cautious steps toward the door. Hello, he called. No reply. Just silence. He reached the hallway. The knocking stopped. He was 2 steps away from the door. Then something scratched the wood. A slow, dragging sound, like fingernails. Daniel stepped back. The scratching moved upward, across the door, toward the top, then stopped. A whisper followed. Soft, barely audible. Let me in. Daniel's stomach dropped. He backed away. The whisper repeated. Closer. Let me in. Then silence. Daniel stood frozen for nearly a minute. Nothing else happened. He slowly returned to the couch. He didn't sleep. At 1:17 a.m., the footsteps upstairs started again, this time faster, running, back and forth, across the ceiling. Daniel covered his ears. The running stopped abruptly, then something heavy dragged across the floor, above him. Then a loud thud, like something falling. Daniel looked at the stairs. He knew he shouldn't, but curiosity took over. He grabbed his flashlight. He walked toward the staircase. The air felt colder with each step. He placed his foot on the first stair. It creaked loudly. He climbed slowly. Second step. Third. The house seemed to hold its breath. He reached the top. A long hallway stretched ahead. Doors on both sides. All closed, except one at the end. Slightly open. A faint light flickered inside. Daniel walked forward. Each step felt heavier. The floorboards creaked under him. He reached the door, he pushed it open. The room was empty, just a bed and a rocking chair. The chair moved, slowly back, forth, back, forth. Daniel scanned the room. No one there. The chair stopped, then turned slightly, facing him. Daniel backed away. The door slammed shut behind him. He spun around. The hallway was darker now. The other doors had opened, all of them. Black gaps stared at him. From one of the rooms he heard breathing. From another, whispering. From a third, something crawling. Daniel ran. He rushed down the stairs. He nearly slipped, but caught himself. He reached the living room. The front door was open, wide. Cold air rushing inside. Daniel didn't remember opening it. He approached cautiously. Outside, the fog had thickened. Then he saw someone standing near the gate. A tall figure, still watching. Daniel shouted, "Hey!" The figure didn't move. He took a step forward. The figure tilted its head slowly, then began walking toward the house. Not running, just gliding. Daniel backed inside. The door slammed shut. The lights flickered. The ticking sound returned. Louder now. Tick, tick, tick. Daniel realized something. The sound wasn't footsteps. It was coming from behind him. He turned. The grandfather clock. Now moving. The hands spinning backward, ticking faster. Tick, tick, tick. The clock struck. 1. But the sound was wrong. Deep, hollow. The house shook. From upstairs, doors slammed shut one by one. Bang, bang, bang. Daniel ran to the door. It wouldn't open. He pulled harder. Locked. He didn't lock it. The whisper returned. Behind him, right next to his ear. "You broke the rule." Daniel spun. No one there. But the temperature dropped sharply. His breath became visible. The clock stopped. Everything went silent. Then a hand pressed against the inside of the front door. From the outside, the wood bulged inward. Another hand appeared, then a face pushing through the door like soft fabric. Eyes wide, mouth stretched, whispering. "Let me in!" Daniel screamed. The lights went out. Darkness swallowed the room. Something moved in the dark, close, breathing, then a voice, right behind him. "You weren't supposed to come upstairs." A cold hand grabbed his shoulder, and everything went black. Daniel woke up on the couch. Morning light filled the room. The house looked normal. Dusty. Quiet. No clock ticking. No open doors. The note still on the table. He checked the time. 9:12 a.m. Had it been a dream? He stood slowly. Everything felt real. Too real. He walked to the front door. It opened easily. Outside, the fog was gone. The road visible again. Daniel grabbed his bag. He didn't care about the money anymore. He walked quickly to his car. He opened the door. Then he noticed something. Mud on the passenger seat. Footprints, wet, leading from the seat to the back. Daniel slowly turned. In the rearview mirror, someone sat behind him, smiling, whispering.